Up is really nice. And then, I mean, I've only taken a glance over at the actual axe setup.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty neat. So I've done some axe throwing where they paint in the target, and then obviously, I don't know how many it is. Let's say 100 people come and try it out. Like they got to repaint it or put new boards up.
Yeah.
They actually project the target here. So it's just the swapping of the wood. Seems like a lot more efficient use of time than some of the other axe places I've been.
Fantastic. Matt, axe throwing connoisseur.
Hey, I've done
Matt
it a couple
Hamilton.
times, so I'm warning you. If you guys want to play some bets right now on the targets or
What
points
is
in
the
the axe throwing.
crossover between the people who curl and those who throw axes for fun? Like, is there a
It's
lot
all
of
about
crossover?
repetitive motions. It's any game that's kind of the same motion every time, I'm pretty good at.
What's more deadly, the stone or the axe?
Whew. Honestly,
Professional experience here.
professional experience.
I'm asking for a friend.
As an expert in both, I would say probably the axe.
Okay, that makes sense. You don't think you'd be more accurate with the stone though?
Yeah, but it's pretty heavy, so I couldn't really throw. I could take out your ankles, but I could not hit you any higher.
That sounds like a terrible spin-off of a horror movie, like Friday the 13th, where he just breaks people's ankles.
The bright side is whether you're curling or axe throwing, you can have a Coors Light.
There you go.
Absolutely. And you can watch the show even though we're on remote. People want to see us, Matt Hamilton. You can watch the show on YouTube. Follow us at Jim Matt Molly or ESPN Madison on social media. And obviously the Packers got a big game coming up this weekend against the
Is this
Seahawks.
the biggest game of the year?
Well, I want to get into it. It is an interesting game. Before we get to our poll question here, Matt, the Packers have this weird they kind of control nothing at this moment. There's not a world where they're not going to make the playoffs.
Right.
Like, that's not possible.
Even going over, they're in.
Yes, it would be the worst, unfortunate series of events ever for the Green Bay Packers for them not to make it. I don't think they've officially clinched, but it's virtually impossible for them not to make it.
Man,
so now we're talking
knock
about
on wood, but I'm so far away from all the wood here. Force.
What do you mean you're not? Wood everywhere here. But I would say the Packers, if they lose to Seattle, well, then they fall to 5 losses. But Seattle, then it puts Seattle in a position where they're more likely to win the division.
Right.
And the Packers will be competing against the Commanders, and then
Probably they.
so like the Rams have
The
the
Rams
time.
and Cardinals are both.
But the
well,
Rams
maybe not
have
Cardinals, but-
tiebreakers against them, and they have 6 losses already. Both those teams, so they're not
So
really
it
a
takes
threat.
us to 5.
Yeah, but then you all have the tiebreaker against them.
Right.
So,
but
like-
I was saying if we lose them all. And
Right, but I'm saying that, like, in this case, so let's say the Packers, let's say they lose to Seattle, and then they beat the Saints. By the time they play Minnesota and Chicago, the regular season could be a moot point.
Interesting.
Weirdly, and they could end up in the exact same position they were as far as seeding as they were last year. And we'll get into what that would mean, but that is honestly squarely in their sights right now. Right now, I think they are a 6 seed, with the Commanders being the 7 seed.
So the only hope is to pass the Vikings at the 5 seed.
To move up, that's the most realistic hope. Especially Minnesota has the Bears on Monday Night Football, and I believe the Commanders have the Saints coming up this weekend, and then the Commanders play Philadelphia, so that could mix them things up. It's just this weird positioning now because the Packers lost to Detroit. They don't have nothing to play for, but it's the most likely scenario is they're playing to maybe move up or down one playoff positioning. And I don't even know if that makes a major
Wild
difference
card
for them.
regardless.
Yes. Because they're not winning the division.
If you're the bottom seed, they reseed now after each playoff week. So, you'll run into the Lions sooner rather than later.
For me, it's optics more than anything else. You don't want to be the team that got in with 9 wins the year before, which is kind of a pretty low number to get into the playoffs when you consider they play 17 games. Like 10's probably that median number over the years that will be that playoff number. And so to get in at 9 last year, then get in, let's say, with 11 this year, and you're in the same spot, the season would have played out exactly how I said it would, where they're going to be better, but everyone else got better too, and the Packers are still in the same positioning as they were last year. And that's a tough way to go because last year, yes, they were coming in hot, and they beat up on the Cowboys. who weren't coming in cold, but they were definitely not coming in hot. And they were a team that I think the Packers beating the Cowboys was a popular upset pick. Now, the Packers kicking the crap out of the Cowboys, that wasn't quite as predicted. And the Packers overachieved expectations on the whole for the season. And I'd say in the playoffs kind of did what people thought they would do of like beating Dallas and losing to San Francisco, not shocking. But this time around, the preseason expectation was we're going to challenge Detroit, which means if they want to challenge Detroit, that means they're going to have to play them in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And so that's all in front of them. To this game specifically, Ryan, what is the latest line for this game? Is it 2.5? Is the Packers minus 2.5, or is it 3 now?
I believe it is still 2.5. It's depending on your book.
All right, we're going to go with ESPN Bet. That's our book. So the last we looked, the line for this game is the Packers minus 2.5, which means if this game was played on a neutral field, the Packers are darn near 6-point favorites over Seattle. And we played this last week, Matt. I want to play it again. We're going to do a Goldilocks poll question, 844-770-3776.
The Packers are currently 2.5-point favorites on the road Sunday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks.
So is that
I'm
line
liking the over/under though?
Is that line just? Do not throw me off on this. Is that line a Goldilocks poll question? Just right, too high, or too low? 844-770-3776 is the Packers minus 2.5 on the road at Seattle, division-leading Seattle. Too high, too low, or just right?
Division-leading Seattle in the worst division in football.
The one game difference between these two teams. So you can't act like your poo don't stink either.
It don't.
Okay.
It doesn't.
Smells like cheese.
Yeah, exactly. It's awesome.
All right.
Aged cheese.
I think that's too low. This is the first time I've thought that. I think the Packers are going to win by, I would go 4, like more than just a field goal.
You think the Packers are that much better?
Yes,
than
I do.
Seattle?
I do.
To set a line at that point?
I'll set a line with you right now. I'll go 4. If you want to take Seattle plus 4, we could have a little side bet. 6-pack of Coors Light.
We can talk about that. I'm not talking about betting. I'm talking about like the respect part of the line. Like if you're setting a line, like if we were playing a betting game, 4 seems high for a team that has 4 losses against Seattle that has 5 on the road. That means it's 7 in a neutral field. My answer is just right. I feel like I think Vegas got it right.
Okay.
844-770-3776.
We'll see what the people say, Jim.
Oh, you mean the Packer fans? See what they say?
They are going to be with me.
The unbiased people.
I'm hashtagging the Seahawks as well, so we might get some Seahawks fans. There are Seahawks fans that already don't like you guys, by the way, if you check out our YouTube comments.
Why?
I think you guys are way too high on the Packers giving them this game. Segment from Monday's show, posted separately on our YouTube channel. About 3,000 views as of right now, last I checked. And let me say, Seahawks fans, not big Matt Hamilton, not big Jim Rutledge fans.
Hey, they're just upset because Sunday night the Packers will be popping a bottle of Chardonnay.
Oh, wow. Chrissy, if you remember where the Kawhi hockey is, please hit that.
That was good.
No.
There you go.
That was the opposite
Thank
of good.
you.
Oh, get out of here.
Chrissy.
We could lock it up right now.
Lock what up?
Lock it? We could Tyler lock it up right now.
Tyler Lock?
Isn't his Tyler Lockett?
Lock it up.
Oh,
the wide receiver? I'm still being punny.
I thought it was a pun for Braden Locke, if I'm being honest, which is why I was really confused.
844-770-3776. Our Goldilocks question is the line. Packers minus 2.5. Is that too high, too low, or just right? Robin Madison asked if Madison Axe would allow them to bring his own knives. I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm not going to allow it.
Is that might be one of those ask forgiveness, not permission situations.
Now, the better question is, and maybe we can ask someone here at Madison Axe, can you bring your own axe?
Yeah.
Oh, like a bowling ball?
Right.
Because I have a feeling that their axes are intentionally a little duller. Like the sharp.
They call them Hamiltons.
Whoa.
Hit the Kawhi again.
Wow.
That was good.
Yeah, he's bringing an axe to a knife fight.
That was good. Because you're intentionally a little bit duller.
I don't know about intentionally. I play it off like it's intentional, but I'm just good at that. Or not.
We'll have to find out in the break if someone is allowed to bring their own axe.
Yeah. BYOA.
Like, I mean, I'll be honest. I've never thrown an axe before.
What?
No.
You've never even been out camping? You go camping all the time.
Why am I throwing an axe?
At the wood pile. Oh, my goodness. With every time a hatchet gets pulled out on a camping trip, the nearest tree
I'm sorry, why are you pulling out that hatchet?
Just chopping up kindling where you got those smaller pieces and split it because then it's smaller, it's more controllable.
How many times do you camp? Because this guy, I want to set the record straight on this, Ryan. How many times do you camp per year?
I mean, like 3?
You camp 3 times per year.
Probably, yeah.
What do you qualify as camping?
A tent.
A tent. Okay, that's camping.
I've never heard Matt Hamilton say he's gone camping since I've known you.
Oh, no. I've at least gone 4 times since we've known each other, but I feel like I
Well,
went
that's
like
different.
twice
I've known
this
you for
year.
like 4
I
years.
think we went twice this summer. But honestly, what's the difference? Like,
Well, I'm asking
when
you
you're
'cause-
busting down kindling, it's safer to use a hatchet.
Or you just go to the store and you buy a bag full of kindling and you throw it at the bottom of the campfire. Like, what am I bringing out a hatchet for?
No, you know why, Jim? Because I don't go car camping like you or I have
No.
my Simden Chevy. I got my big
No,
trailer.
but you don't go camping is my point. Like, you're trying to present yourself as a camper.
No, I'm not a camper.
But when I tent camp,
when I do go camping, I have a hatchet in my
I have
go bag.
right. I have a hatchet when we tent camp, which I did for years with the kids and my wife. But also,
That's what I'm doing is tent camping.
but
Why
I'm
are you
not.
judging
But
me?
I'm still not bringing it. I'm not cutting up kindling. I'm going to buy a bag of kindling like a normal person,
So why do you bring the hatchet?
just in case I need it for something. I am camping.
Safety.
For safety.
I bring it in case I do need. Like if we used it all up, or if I forgot it, it's useful to have a hatchet.
So like we'll
with you.
go and get like a bundle of wood, but then we just split up the bundle of wood with a hatchet. It takes like 5 minutes and it's something to do. That's not crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that bringing a hatchet and using it on a camping trip is wild?
I think. Well, here's the thing.
I don't think that's wild.
It's not wild, but it's not common.
I think it's pretty common. If you're going tent camping, most people don't go buy kindling.
Yes, they do.
No, they just make it. It's
No, they
found
don't.
for free
Matt, I
all
go to
over
state
the
parks
woods.
all the time. There's bags of kindling everywhere. They sell it there. They sell fire starters, the natural ones, the whole thing. Like,
Well, that's a racket because you can get your own kindling for free $3.99.
Yeah, Jim sounds like a store-bought camper. He sounds like a Costco camper
Yeah.
right now.
how much do you camp, Ryan?
Never. All right. Not since I was a Boy Scout.
All right. And yeah, Boy Scouts, go ahead and get your go out there and do your kindling thing. I did Boy Scouts, not for me. Cub Scouts, no.
Here's the thing. I can find my own kindling. I'm basically a Boy Scout.
So can I. I still don't want to chop it up. Why do they have a whole section full of multiple options to buy kindling if
to sucker people like you who are too lazy to take 5 minutes to break down a log.
lazy? I'd rather do something else.
Like what? You're
Not-
camping. It's just be outside. That's all you have to do.
We go to the beach. We go bike riding. We go hiking. There's trails everywhere.
I mean, I guess to each their own. I just choose not to buy kindling when it's literally free every step you take.
You say
out the
$3.99. I feel like a bag, which is a whole summer's worth, is $3.99.
woods. Okay, I don't need a summer's worth. I can just take what I
Because
need.
you don't camp.
That's-
Thank you.
That is what the people who
844-770.
camp do is use what they need, Jim.
3776. Do you cut your own kindling when you go camping?
Oh my gosh! If
844-770-3776.
No, I don't. I buy it. You are just as lame as Jim Rutledge.
You don't get a say in it
I do
because
so.
you camp once a year.
Okay,
One time a
but
year.
when I go, I actually
You
do
are
it
the
'cause I use
casual
my own
camper.
kindling.
You are the casual camper. You camp once a year.
Jim,
I've
you
camped,
are in a camper, so it doesn't
right,
count
but Matt,
at all.
I have camped in a tent before
Wow.
the camper. No, 5 to 6 times a year.
Okay, and you
So
buy
I
kindling
camp.
for
You
it.
no, yes, because
Yeah,
I
that's
camp.
crazy.
You drop in like for 48 hours once a summer at best, and you're like, I'm the camper. I'm the guy. No, you're
So
the
what?
you're the hipster that shows up and it's like, you know what my hipster thing to do is? I'm gonna get an axe and chop this up because I'll never have to do it
Not
again
an axe,
for
it's a
12
hatchet.
months. Or a hatchet.
Axes are two-handed things. Hatchets are one-handed.
You would know that if
yeah.
you're a real camper,
Yeah,
obviously.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
kinda thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get my hatchet,
Man,
Uncle Buck style,
what a
out of the
weird-
back of my truck
Jim
from
just-
Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb.
He's just sad that everyone thought he was the camper guy, and now that everyone knows he buys his own kindling, they're going to start second-guessing it.
Matt, I would kick
Everyone here is smiling at the idea that you buy your own kindling. They're like, what a
everyone
joker.
here. What are you talking about, Matt?
We're
First of all,
we're out and about. We're at Madison X, and everyone here if they had the opportunity and a bundle of wood, would take the hatchets they're using and make their own kindling right now. And you could sit here and try and sell a summer's worth for $3.99.
Yeah.
Everyone's using the hatchet because it's more
You
fun.
are honestly,
and
you
it's
could
easy.
not be more embarrassingly wrong. 844-770-3776. You are the least outdoorsy person I've ever met. You just pretend to be outdoorsy. So it's very funny that you are the guy who's like, I cut my own kindling. I do this.
When I'm going to buy into being an outdoorsy dude, I'm doing
Right,
real
but you do
stuff.
it once a year.
Yeah,
Like, that's not a real
so
thing.
what? That doesn't mean I don't use it to make my own kindling.
But my point is, you are just kind of dipping your toe in the water one time.
I don't understand why you're getting after me for this. There's football to talk about right now, and you're
just
so stuck on the idea that I use my own kindling.
Because we're talking about the Packers in Seattle, 2 great places to go camping.
That's true.
And this is interesting. We have people texting in on it, 844-770-3776.
We make our own kindling.
The 608 chimes in. Jim would use the blunt side of an axe to make kindling. Look, I'm strong enough to do it. I'll tell you that. That is for damn sure because I go to Carbon World Health. But I definitely, you know what? I can make kindling with my bare hands.
Yeah.
But I don't need to flex like that.
Yeah, I'd rather just buy it and flex that I could waste my money on frivolous.
Yes. Yes, I can.
Oh my gosh. You're literally the guy, like if there was money on the ground, instead of picking it up, you would just buy a handful of money. That is essentially what you're saying when you're like, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to waste my time picking up this kindling.
Yep.
I'm going to just buy the kindling.
Because here's why, again, it goes back to like Matt Hamilton doesn't regularly camp. You know how many times?
Like it's a diss.
Wow, it
Right,
really
but
is.
but Matt's
You don't
acting
pretend
like,
to be homeless
Right.
as much as I do.
But like Matt acts like he's this outdoorsy guy. But if you
acts?
were an act like you're an
wow.
outdoorsy guy, you know that 90% of the time when you go to a state park, it's raining. The stuff is wet. It's not usable. You can't find it. That's a major problem. And there's a lot at a state park you're not supposed to touch or cut.
I'm not cutting anything down.
But you're also not supposed to be going in and grabbing stuff out of there. They're very particular about what you're supposed to get. And a lot of it's wet because it rains outside.
If you remember what I said, Jim, we'll get a fire bundle, and you'll break one of the logs down. So it's purchased wood for the fire because it's dry.
Why are you buying that wood? You can just find wood you can just cut down a tree out there. It's
right.
free.
But you're right about the wetness.
Right.
Like wet wood doesn't burn. So like we'll buy.
So you paid for it.
I did.
So you probably paid more for that one piece of wood that you cut into kindling than I do for a bag for the summer.
Yes,
Thank
I
you.
guess Jim
Yes.
wins. Everybody, show's over. We're just gonna start throwing
Let's go
axes.
throw some axes, yeah.
Yeah, hatchets probably.
844-770-3776. I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I am not going anywhere but to J&K Security Solutions if I need to protect my home or business. J&K Security Solutions, they can protect your home and help you control the most important things in your world with Control 4. They also can help with home security and your commercial fire protection, commercial security. The folks at J&K Security Solutions, veteran-owned, locally owned, family-owned, J&K Security Solutions. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This station has conducted a test of the emergency alert system.
Madison Weight Loss is having a huge holiday sale, almost 20% off, making it our lowest prices of the year. You can start the program before, during, or after the holidays. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no prepackaged meals, no injections or surgery. The secret is our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. To learn how our clients on average lowered their metabolic age by 17 years, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation and learn why your metabolism may be sabotaging your weight loss goals. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com and save big now only through December 31st.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. The program with Madison Weight Loss was perfect for me to lose 40 pounds. Trust me, Madison Weight Loss is the real deal. And take advantage of the huge holiday sale with the lowest prices of the year now through December 31st. You can start the program now or after the holidays, but you need to call now to lock in the huge discount. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Friday for Fish Friday. Brought to you by Off-Broadway Draft House, Madison's favorite spot for a Friday fish fry.
Yeah.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are live from Madison Axe. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. Primetime Wollersheim on site. Chrissy Birdsall behind the glass at the Everlight Solar Studio. We're getting a lot of people chiming in. And I am thrilled because they're all wrong. But that part is beside the point. If you're going to be wrong, put your name on it. So the
Chrissy,
person,
please mark that, by the way. I'm going to need that for later.
The 608 chimes in. The Jim would use the blunt side of an axe to try to make more kindling. No, I just rip it apart. Tom in Madison, Tom in the 608 says normal people cut their own kindling. It's insane.
It's not insane.
262 up in their field. Look, a lot of these are just angry Packer fans are looking to get mad at me.
I don't believe that. I think it's actual campers that are like, hey, I do what normal campers do, and that's deal with my own kindling.
Why?
Why not? That's my question. Is like,
I got
why
other
buy
things
it?
to do.
It's authentic.
I guess, but like, I'm not going with kids that need to go to the beach or do anything else. Like, we're starting a fire. It's dusk.
What is your camping experience, Matt Hamilton? Like, what do you? I feel like you show up, you cut some kindling, act manly, and then drink a bunch of Coors Lights.
I mean, yeah. What? I mean,
yeah.
Then maybe a hike the next day in the morning.
All
but
right.
like, cut enough kindling for the trip. Like, you're hanging out by the fire, not doing anything anyway, or like to build a fire, and to build it you need kindling, so it's just something to do.
Also, like, what time of the year do you go camping? Because like, there's plenty
perfect times of year. Summertime when it's nice and I don't have to worry about being too bundled up.
No, I'm saying like I hate summer camping because one, campfires, kids go to bed like 8 o'clock, 8:30. It's too damn hot even at that point in the summer to like actually do a campfire. Because that's why I was asking the
No,
question.
see, I'm staying
and then
up
in the
too
summer,
late and drinking beer and then
Yeah.
sleeping until the tent turns into an
Right.
oven.
Yes.
And then I get out and then we cook breakfast.
See,
and
your
go for a
camping
hike.
is completely different. My camping
Yeah,
is
we
very
have
much
two very
yes.
different. But like
your
the
camping is
whole-
basically
so-
you could be executing that camping by just go sit in your backyard and drink some beers and light a fire.
Well, yeah, I guess technically kind of what the whole thing is like, yeah, when you only go camping once or twice a summer, I just want to do all the campy things. So for me, cutting, kindling, and using a hatchet, yeah.
But it sounds like you're.
I'm not
it's
like
a-
a real camper, but that's just
but
what
it's
I do.
yeah,
because
right. It sounds like
it's
you're
a task.
you're cosplaying because
Yeah,
like
I am
because,
cosplaying.
like-
I only go twice a year.
Because like when I camp, I'll go back to tent camping. I've only had a camper for 3 years. I've tent camped, the rest of the time with my wife, and we go
Yeah.
camping. And she was her parents have camped forever. They use the kindling. Like we go to I walk around. They have the bags of kindling. It's pretty common. But my other part of it is that when you have kids going camping, like they want to go to the playground, they want to ride their bikes,
Right,
they
yeah,
want to
see,
do all
I
this. So
get
like.
that.
And I'm going every other weekend. I don't want to be cut. I don't want to pull out the hatchet every other weekend and just be chopping up this wood. I got a million other things
They're
that I
just
have
about
to do.
old enough to do it.
I'm not giving my kids hatchets.
Oh, they need to learn to be independent, though.
Yeah.
This way
No.
they can go camping
They
on their
learn-
own one
they
day.
need to earn. They need to learn to earn enough money that the kindling's not going to make or break their budget.
I mean, I guess, but it's a nice little hack to know how to do.
You're teaching them to pay others to do tasks for them. They need to learn to be able to be self-sufficient. That's the whole point of camping.
This is America. The whole point of capitalism is to make enough money to pay other people to do it for you.
What if they go camping in Canada?
They bring the American arrogance there, and they want to make enough money to pay other people to do the work.
Are they
for them.
capitalists?
Has
in
anyone
Canada?
texted and agreed with you, or is it everyone saying that they do their own kindling?
Let's see here.
We got a
The
few people
26
chimed in on Twitter.
Yeah, 262 chimed in. One person agreed with me on Twitter, and I really don't care. They're still all wrong. 262 chimed in.
Even those who are great.
No, the ones that agree with me are correct. I have the correct take. That I guarantee if you went to a state park, we could do this as a show. We go to a state park, and I guarantee if we went around on everyone's campsite and asked them what they had, it would maybe it's 55-45. It would go to the bad kids.
Just walking around asking people about their kindling.
Be like, hey, this is Olympic gold medalist and famous camper Matt Hamilton.
Yeah.
And Jim Rutledge is always right.
Yes.
Host of Jim, Matt, and
You
Molly.
may have seen me one of the 2 times I've been here. I cut my own kindling.
Do you even cut, bro?
I do.
Do you chop?
Do you even
chop.
chop, bro? Trying to go through these here. So 920 chimes in. Be a man and make your own. Yep, that's exactly what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
It's I'm not man enough to make my own kindling. Absolutely. So
No, you're man enough to keep your kids happy. I'm man enough to know that the one reason I go is partially
262 chimes in
cutting
again.
wood.
Put your name on it, please. Mainly because I'd love to know who's chiming in.
Yeah,
I'm fine
cowards.
with people chiming in and being wrong. 262 chimes in. 100% use a hatchet.
Thank you.
And then you have 920. Big Mad. I don't know. They're way too upset. way too worked up about this. That's why I feel like this is I'm a Bears fan sort of take.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, maybe, but
Yes,
this
no,
is
absolutely.
also a crazy take, I think.
Robin Madison. I can't do Rob's. Tyler, this sounds like a Bears fan take. Like Matt says, it takes 5 minutes. I'm not a fan of paying money for something I'll burn. Maybe it's just me. So do you cut down your own wood there, Tyler? Because otherwise your point sounds like Packer fan logic.
What do you do for wood then?
I buy it.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We're both buying a bundle, and then you're also buying kindling. I am making kindling out of the
But
bundle.
you're taking a whole log out of the bundle or half a log and cutting it up. That's expensive wood. I buy a
and
bag.
you're just burning it too. So you're just bonus. You're just paying for more.
I bought
and
a
I have
bag
one less log than you.
at a big box store. I won't name them because they're awful. But every once in a while, you just need to buy things from big box stores. So I bought it from there. I've had it for 3 years. I put like 3 pieces in the bottom. They're already pre-treated. Put it at the bottom. Starts a great fire.
What is it like that? Like quick log stuff?
They're
where
like
it's
actually
just like
it's like thin
wood
pieces of
shavings?
wood.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, I could take hamster bedding and put it in a bag and throw it in my camping bag, and there I got kindling.
Rory says, "Come to Bass Pro Shops. I'll set you up." I do like Bass Pro Shops. Let's say Adam Madison, stop lying. We all take the shopper newspaper. That's a good point too. That is a very good point. Stop lying. We all take the shopper newspaper. We get in the mail on Wednesday for kindling.
Well,
yes.
I use that to start the kindling and then put the logs
That is
on.
Adam, that's a very good point, because the real answer
I'm
is...
not chopping it down to super fine
The real
pieces.
answer is everyone just uses the newspaper.
Or extra cardboard that I have in my house that I could recycle this, or I could burn some of it.
Yes, and
Totally.
that's actually, we're all jerks for doing that, because I don't feel like that's good for the environment, but I definitely do that.
Hippie.
Keith in Sun Prairie was the 262 chiming in before. I said I do it. I'm just acknowledging it's bad.
It's bad for the earth, man.
Mr. Camper, you should be pro good for the earth stuff. Oh, the Adam Madison says dryer lint is a good one to save.
I believe that.
Yeah. You
have a call about someone who wants to talk about wood with you.
Great. Can't wait.
Pete from Verona.
All right, we'll get to Pete in a minute, but you've had some experiences with dryer lint and cleaning up, and then you had to call our friends at Revive Restoration to revive the situation after did not go well.
That's absolutely right. I had plenty of dryer lint to use as kindling, but unfortunately I also tore up the dryer vent going outside trying to clean it myself.
You did?
Well, we don't need to blame. Yes. What my wife does and what I do are the same thing because we're a team, Jim. So I screwed up the dryer vent trying to DIY clean it ourselves. You don't need to do that. You could be like Jim, buy your kindling and pay somebody else to clean your dryer vent. Revive Restoration can do that. They can also do your normal ductwork. They do mold remediation, smoke remediation, water remediation, and a whole lot more. You can go to revivepros.com. Check out the whole gambit of services they have to offer you. They also have the 24/7 hotline where if you have an emergency and need it taken care of now, they can get back to you quickly. Or the tried and true method is you call Revive Restoration and you tell them Jim, Matt, and Molly sent you.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. Since Pete called in, I don't want to keep him on hold here. So, Pete and Verona, what are your thoughts?
Hey, Pete.
Look at the phones are, and I mean this. Actually, the phones are tricky. I always think I could run the board. I don't think I could get anyone on the air, like if they called in. I don't know if I could do that part.
Yeah, I could just answer the phone. I thought about applying for that job here. Just phone answer.
But we'll look for Pete then on the other side because we can't hang around too much. But 844-770-3776, how you can chime in. Honestly, the hot question of the day is, do you chop your own kindling? and I love it. Tyler
and if you don't, you can send in your man card to ESPN Madison.
Tyler in Sun Prairie camps more than you and I would because he says, yes, we cut our own wood and we literally burn it. Good for you, Tyler, because that is not common. And I would also assume you were not at a state park or you were cutting wood somewhere else. But you're not. Here's the thing. You're not supposed to bring wood from somewhere else into a state park,
right?
And then also
the bugs. Like
you're also
ash borer.
Not right. You're also not supposed to be cutting down trees at a state park. We all know that I had to cut one down when I got my camper stuck. It was not my best day. I was not happy about that. And then he also says, I'm glamping. You're right. I do glamp now, but again, for a good decade, I had a tent, and I said I'm tired of sleeping on the ground. I'm tired of pretending I'm going to chop my own kindling.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a camper.
I'm a big deal now.
I am.
I need a camper. I've got a truck that can pull it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I go to Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. In fact, they have the traditional Silverado like I drive, but they also have this e-Silverado. They probably are down because they had 4 about a month ago. Now I'm sure that's lower.
Those front ends look sweet.
They do. And they can do all the things that a truck can do. It has, well, obviously 400 miles is an amazing range on that battery for the e-truck, for the Silverado e-truck. And again, Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb is where this is at. It can tow. It's got the normal towing capacity you'd see out of a Silverado. Does all the great things that you love out of Silverado. But it
440.
is...
I lowballed you, Jim. 440 miles.
440 miles. 844-770-3776.
I wonder if Pete in Verona drives a car from a big blue truck from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. If not, that's how he should carry his wood around. Right, Pete?
Yes.
Hey, Pete.
Yep.
Get into Jim, please, for me.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we got you, Pete.
All right, cool. So I definitely don't drive. I don't drive a Chevy, but that's all right. I feel like you're the guy who goes camping and then opens the tailgate and then gets all his brand new stuff out and tries to find somebody who has a knife to get his knife out of the plastic. And then
me or Jim?
Jim.
Yeah.
Jim, who camps 12 times a year.
And, I mean, if you don't cut your kindling, I mean, buying firewood, that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, all you got to do is just go grab a down tree in the woods and just put it on top and just keep sending it through.
There you go.
That's all it is.
There you go. Yes. Matt, are you doing that?
No. I've been around people who wanted to do that, and they did that, but that wasn't my bag, just burning a whole log.
Yes, Pete, I think you are. You definitely are the most proficient camper of this group here, but I would like to, I have a hatchet I bring, I have a knife that I bring all these things. I camp 10 to 12 times a year, and I've been camping up until recently.
Have you had to use the hatchet since you bought the camper?
Not with the camper. I had to use the hatchet to cut out some stuff at home, some brush and things like that I
to
needed
cut the
to
plastic around his knife.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
No, to cut out. We had some brush that would not come. I had to pull the roots and they were not coming out, so I'd take the hatchet and was just whacking away at it. So,
that was probably the right tool for the job.
What else am I supposed to use for that?
Hedge clippers?
No, it was thick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a moron. Again, between the two of us, I would win the camping,
camp you in a
and I would out home fix it you. That I feel good about.
He'd out homeowner you.
You should. I mean, first of all, you've had a little bit more time to do both. But honestly, do you know how to make kindling? Is that why you bought it?
Yes, I do know how to do it.
Okay.
I
was just making sure. I guess if you didn't know how to make kindling, I would buy it too.
Or you could just buy it because I don't want to deal with it. Who am I trying to prove anything to?
All of our listeners who say you're a sucker.
Not all.
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
Madison says he uses paper, and we had someone that texted in too that said, "Of course I buy kindling."
So like 2 of the 20 people.
Okay, we all know
chimed in.
that a newspaper isn't starting like a log. You need to gradually size up what you're burning until you can burn something as large as a log. I guarantee you, he's not buying the smaller sticks to start that fire. He's taking the logs he's got and cutting them down, using the paper to start those, and then using his own cut log to start the real logs.
We're asking tough questions here on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Packers are getting lowballed right now.
Yeah, we do also have the Goldilocks poll question. You can chime in on that. Nobody seems interested in it. Is the line, which I'm fine with, is the line Packers minus 2.5, too high, too low, or just right? I say just right. Matt, you say?
Oh, it's too low. Packers got to be -4.
Prime?
Too high. Should be 1.5.
Wow, we are all over the place.
There we are.
And Adam Madison says the only real way to settle this is a camp off to compare bug out bags. So I'll say this. I have obviously have the camper. I also have it. I still have the tent. Maybe we should do like a show.
Just showing off our camp gear?
No, we should do.
I got a jet boil, bro.
Like a show camping trip.
In 7 months, I would consider it.
Not now.
Yes.
No, all of us are liars if we're talking about going camping now. I wouldn't go camping in my camper now, and it has a heater.
Yeah, I wouldn't go either.
Yeah.
But sure, we can go camping. You bring your camper. I will choose to stay in my tent.
No, I'll bring the tent. I have a big tent. We all can share a tent. 3 of us. The tent fits like the whole Rutledge family in the past.
It's kind of just fun to build a shanty town.
Okay, we can do that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then we can all have our own fires, and I'll show you how quickly I can get it going with my little hatchet making my own kindling.
You do have that motion down pretty well. This is
Jim I do.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
The number 7 just got a whole lot luckier because of Pizza Hut's $7 Deal Lovers menu. Enjoy all your Pizza Hut favorites from pizza, pasta, boneless wings, melts, cheese sticks, desserts, and so much more. All for $7 each when you buy 2 or more. With this lucky deal, you don't have to choose between great taste and great value. You can have both at Pizza Hut. Order on the app or online at pizzahut.com today. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
Over 45 years ago, my father, James Tegeter, founded our company on a cornerstone of quality, integrity, and service as the best way of connecting with clients. As I reflect on 2024, I'm grateful for the James Imaging Systems team. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to always connecting with clients and helping them thrive. To each long-term client, I extend my gratitude and thanks for your confidence and support. We look forward to remaining connected to you as your local business technology partner. I also appreciate our new 2024 clients for connecting with us. Welcome to the James Imaging Systems family. Looking forward to 2025, I believe if each of us embraces the power of connection, our local community will prosper. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me. I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Metro Kia of Madison is Madison's trusted Kia dealership, and they are home to the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. If you're looking to purchase, finance, or service your vehicle, Metro Kia of Madison is the place to go. As always, at Metro Kia of Madison, you can enjoy 2 years of no-charge maintenance on any new vehicle. Browse their inventory and find this month's special at MetroKiaofMadison.com. That's MetroKiaofMadison.com. Find your new vehicle at your trusted Kia dealership today.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris are joined by basketball royalty J.A. Adonde. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Monday nights this football season, huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, driven by Janesville Kia.
How was that song, Coach?
Acceptable.
So the rationale behind this song is it's the song from the Big Ten commercial. This is a Big Ten show.
Listen, we don't have to follow behind the Big Ten footsteps. We set our own path. We're the lead dogs.
Get our own soundtrack. Let's go.
The Great Dane Huddle, driven by Janesville Kia. Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand. ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin Sports. Join the Badgers conversation with ESPN Madison on YouTube. Tune into the Jump Around with Jim Rutledge, streaming live every Thursday at 12:30. Brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison and Simden Chevrolet of Mount Horeb.
Matt and Molly continues live from Madison Axe. We're here for our holiday party. I want to talk about that. Matt, Primetime Wollersheim, Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you, Chrissy Birdsall behind the glass. We're going to get to our caller in a minute because I'll tell you what, people may not care for or at all be interested in our sports takes, Matt Hamilton, but our camping takes are hot today.
Perfect.
And they're kind of fire-starting sort of takes.
Who needs kindling with hot takes like this?
Exactly. We are the kindling for your conversations with your friends. Because I guarantee people this is gonna be a conversation.
So can you imagine going camping and not cutting your own?
Here's the thing.
That's gonna be
I want to clear something up. Because one, my issue with Matt on this is Matt acting like he is a camper.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm totally not.
Right.
But when I go camping, I'm gonna act like it.
Okay, and that's
I'm
fine.
cosplaying as a camper.
That's fine. But I also there's a lot of people chiming in with a lot of tough guy stuff, which is fine. But I am not pretending to be a tough guy camper. I'm just saying I camp a lot. I'm not a moron. I know how to bring my stuff for camping.
Check out Sir Camp a lot.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You can call it glamping. You can call it soft camping. That was my goal in life. When we go camping, I slept on the dirt. Mm-hmm. Every time I was like, I like all the stuff around camping. I hate the night.
Right.
I hate sleeping in the dirt. I hate waking up in the morning. I hate every part of it. So I'd walk around. We walk around the campsites aspirationally and be like, man, that camper looks nice. That camper looks nice. I would camp so much more if we could camp.
Camp so hard.
Yeah, dude.
I would.
Oh, my God.
Hey, that's why I camp 10 to 12 times a year.
I don't want to sleep on the ground 10, 12 times a year, so I only go twice.
Same. I wouldn't go. So everyone chiming in with the tough guy stuff, yeah, you're all tougher than me. I'm fine with that. Like, I don't want to do it. If that's camping, I'm not going to do it.
See, I just want to do it like twice a year.
And that's about probably about 4 times a year we did tent camping.
Right.
And I would go, if I had my druthers, it would be like twice a year. I don't want to sleep on the dirt. I don't want to wake up in non-pristine conditions. I want to be comfortable and then enjoy the other parts of camping, which is like the hiking and the swimming and the fishing and all that. I don't want to
s'mores.
Like, I don't feel like I have to be
campfire.
miserable and stinky and just beat up to call it camping.
Yeah, I mean, fair.
But if you are that person, good for you.
Yeah.
I'm not in a competition. You win.
Don't
Okay,
you like how
thank
Jim's
you.
slowly sliding away from us
I
at the
know,
table
okay,
here at Madison? The further and further apart we get on this one.
Well, I'm trying to turn the head. Look,
There's a curling team that notoriously you can tell when they're not jiving really well because the two guys that are in the house will stand farther and farther apart. Like the bigger the score gap gets, like if we get like a 4-point lead, they will be farther apart when we've got like a 6-point lead. It's very fun.
How much space do you think Jim has between other campers when he and his family goes camping? It's got to be at least 100 yards, right? Guys, I need to have my own camping estate.
He's buying a spot that's for a camper. It's probably 25 to 30 feet from the next camper.
When you're camping at a state park, it's the same as a tent camping.
Oh, I felt like tent camping would be a little bit tighter. Like campers need more space.
I guess, but the camper takes up that space, so you still feel like you're as close as you were tent camping.
Like, Ryan, without a doubt, he could, with his non-dominant arm, if he picked up a rock or a log that he could turn into kindling, he could hit the next camper without
What
a
if he was throwing an axe? Like one of those?
he could
hit
hit
that hatchet
yeah.
he doesn't use for anything.
Right.
That hatchet. It could be to just tell other campers they're too close. This is my non-dominant arm, too.
Keep down your kindling making.
Yeah.
Keep it down.
It's too loud.
Keep your kindling out your mouth.
Different problem there.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan, what we got in your hand?
I was just handed one of the Madison axes. I'll put it up on the YouTube stream now by our teammate here, Sadler Bell. Handed me one of the pristine Madison axe hatchets. There's definitely some weight to that. With my non-dominant hand, I would not throw that more than 10 feet.
Sharper than I thought it would be, too.
Oh.
Watch Matt split his thumb off.
Yeah, right? Workers' comp.
I mean, I know not to run down the blade, guys. It's across the blade. It's okay.
That's because he uses it to cut kindling.
Exactly.
Obviously.
And Matt learned the hard way.
Yeah. I've definitely injured myself camping before.
844-770-3776. I think we have Mike and Madison calling about wood. It says informative. Interesting. All right, Mike, inform us.
All right. Jim, you're the one that always brings your own wood, right?
Yes, and kindling.
No, I mean, buy the wood there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you have to buy within 10 miles of the state parks.
Correct, because of the emerald ash borer.
Yes.
They're not so picky in the campgrounds, but in the state parks they are, because if a park ranger would come up to you and ask you where you got it and you can't prove it, they ticket you, and then they confiscate your wood.
Good.
We wouldn't want that. Well, at least you could use the ticket as kindling. You got some free paper.
Kawhi.
Thanks, Mike, on that. Yeah, no, it is important to make sure that you are buying the wood from the state park. And honestly, can I just say this? Mike, did you have anything else?
No, I'll just say I use mine all the time, but I did get caught once in a state park.
Okay.
And I did get confiscated. It's like a $200 ticket.
He cuts his own wood. Of course he cuts his own.
Do you make your own kindling or do you buy the kindling?
Cuts his own wood.
No, I got my own woods and stuff like that, and I cut it down. They're really picky on it. Emerald ash borer spreads really bad, and it don't take much.
Yeah. Thank you for the call. I will say.
I did say emerald ash borer earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
Nobody's disagreeing with you.
Okay.
He's just trying to call in and be helpful.
Yeah.
I would say this, that even with the angry folks on here, I do believe that camping, maybe not these folks who
The hardcore
define their manhood on their ability to split kindling.
I do. That's what I'm saying.
It's usually a pretty welcoming community, the camping community. Everyone's usually super nice and super helpful. That even if you are the person that needs help with something, they're usually helpful for it. Hopefully these people are just phone mad today, and they are.
Oh, yeah,
folks.
they're
like,
getting after you because,
yeah.
I mean, they obviously agree with me. They think you're in the minority, and
right.
You think we're in the minority.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm still right on it. But, like, that's neither
Never
here nor
wrong.
there.
He's going to take this to his grave. He will die on this hill.
Yes, and it'll be a gloriously bought kindling-filled.
The way you're holding that axe or the hatchet,
yeah.
you are right, Jim.
He really
I
is
agree
holding
with
that
you.
thing.
Yeah, it's fine. But I wanted to say the state parks we're lucky to have them. And they are really awesome. And I know that obviously you treat them with respect. Everyone does. So
yeah.
I do want to end on that note just for the idea of like shout out to state parks because we have pretty awesome camping here in the state of Wisconsin. I've had a chance to do a ton of the state parks, and it is awesome. I absolutely love camping. One, because the community around the state park camping is fantastic. Everyone's very helpful. I've shared stories of people who've been helpful with me with my camper. I've helped other people out as well. And then also the actual parks are beautiful.
So obviously some of the issues, especially with kids that are going to bed early, if you've got some campers that are staying up a little late, you probably wouldn't say anything to them if they're allowed.
No, because again, the state park,
the Rangers
will do it. Yeah, the Rangers are pretty good at it. But again, I think everyone's pretty respectful there.
But
It's like at 10, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and here's my next question: is if they are a little out, a little too late.
Yeah.
Like, when you wake up, are you going outside and doing something loud?
No.
See, we had that one time, and we were actually told, like, hey, guys, keep it down.
Yeah.
And, we were just hanging out, quietly talking. Ranger comes back, drives right by us. There's a campers next to us.
Yep.
And you can hear him giving him a warning, like, one more time, if I have to come back, like, you're out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we decided to call it a night because we didn't want to risk our second warning and get kicked out at, like, 11 o'clock at night.
Right, yeah.
And we could still hear them until, like, 12:30, 1.
Yeah.
So the next morning, you better believe I was out there chopping kindling up, making like 7:30, loud as I could.
Grunt.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good piece of kindling.
Petty camper, Matt Hamilton.
Oh my gosh, totally.
I would say that for the most part, people are usually pretty good at that. The one thing that we do, so the girls are used to, or my wife came up with this idea. She with the camper now, especially, but. So the tent was more of a pain in the butt. It wasn't going to bed because kids are tired, they'll go to sleep. It's the people who are up super early doing what you're doing are the more annoying ones because, like, you're already fighting. Again, with little kids, you're fighting. The sun comes up, they're up.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's hot and they're up. So, like, when you're camping with little kids in a tent, this goes back to why I wanted the camper, you get to bed a little bit later than normal, but then they're up at like 6 a.m. because they're kids, and then it's the light
it's
comes
bright.
in.
Yeah,
but now with the camper,
I'm the same way.
My wife has we have blackout curtains, but then the sound machine, so you can sleep into a normal time.
See, that is elite because that's part of the reason you can't stay up too late camping because you will be up at 6:30
Right, so now
when
my wife and I
when
can
that
stay
tent
up and
turns
do the
into
camping.
an oven.
Yes, that is a very good point. 844-770-3776. Do you make your own kindling? Is our main question of the day.
The hot topic
of
the day.
It really
we go
is.
where the fans take us. I do
Yeah.
have a question about holiday parties. We get that on the other side, but I do believe I'm giving away a case of High Life right now, right?
That you are. Yes, and you go camping 12 times a year, so why don't we get caller number 12 there, Chrissy?
All right.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's not in the booth, so he suggests double digits.
Caller
She can handle
number
it.
12, 844-770-3776. Caller number 12. I just love I'm just doing the show with an axe. 844-770-3776. I'm now just right all the time.
Yeah,
I'm going to
you
bring this to the
certainly are.
Everlight Solar Studio. No. Caller number 12, 844-770-3776. Caller number 12 gets a case of High Life. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at StarionBank.com. Member FDIC. Time for Grimes. Jeff Grimes officially Wisconsin's new offensive coordinator. The OC locked in on a balanced attack. He explains more in his sit-down with radio analyst Mark Mark Tauscher, audio courtesy Badger Football.
If you can't run the football, then you become one-dimensional. And so I think that's where it starts, is running the football and establishing an identity that is based on that and a rugged mentality about how you're going to do it. Once you establish that, then the vertical passing game comes to life, and then receivers will get excited about that.
If you're not getting windows from Santa, get as low as $19 per window and $81 per patio door per month. HelloWI.com.
Madison Weight Loss is having a huge holiday sale, almost 20% off, making it our lowest prices of the year. You can start the program before, during, or after the holidays. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no prepackaged meals, no injections or surgery. The secret is our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good. To learn how our clients on average lowered their metabolic age by 17 years, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation and learn why your metabolism may be sabotaging your weight loss goals. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com and save big now only through December 31st.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. The program with Madison Weight Loss was perfect for me to lose 40 pounds. Trust me, Madison Weight Loss is the real deal. And take advantage of the huge holiday sale with the lowest prices of the year now through December 31st. You can start the program now or after the holidays, but you need to call now to lock in the huge discount. Go to MadisonWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary. The high school basketball season is officially underway this week on Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania. Hi, it's Jesse Nelson. Prep Mania returns this Friday and Saturday to Madison College for the 608 basketball tournament, the best local boys high school basketball showcase of the year, featuring Division I recruits like Middleton's Will Garlock, committed to Wisconsin, and Xavion Mitchell of Oshkosh North, committed to Iowa State. Semifinals Friday night and 4 games Saturday. The 608 basketball tournament this weekend on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Every day, Wisconsin's 600,000 family caregivers help their loved ones to continue living safely in their own homes. It's not easy. Each year, they spend an average of $7,000 out of their own pockets to provide this care. Wisconsin needs family caregivers, and they need more support. Tell your state lawmakers, Wisconsin family caregivers need a caregiver tax credit in 2025. Learn more at aarp.org/WI. That's aarp.org/WI. Paid for by AARP Wisconsin.
You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. Jim Rutledge here. What is a better buying experience? Well, that's the thing. You get to define it. It is the experience that is customized to you. What experience do you want at a car dealership? They can be your trusted friend or your trusted expert. So if you're in the market for a new or new-to-you Silverado, Colorado, Blazer, Trailblazer, remember, you're only minutes away from a better buying experience. And that's at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
The High Life Dive Bar of the Week on Jim, Matt, and Molly is brought to you by Miller High Life. Celebrate local dives with the champagne of beers. Miller High Life.
Shout out to Mike in Madison, who is the responsible camper amongst us and cuts down his own wood and the kindling and called in and let everyone know the rules about state parks and
10-mile radius.
10-mile radius. So good for Mike for informing people of it. And then coincidentally, he called back in. He was caller number 12. He got a case of High Life, so congratulations to him. You can celebrate the High Life at Angus Bar and Grill. You can get $2 High Life or High Life Lights at Angus Bar and Grill in the corner of Webster and Main downtown. It is located in Madison's oldest commercial building from 1844. They got hot and cold sandwiches. The Argus Underground Bar is available to rent for private parties as well. Pool table, 12-tap lines, dartboard. Most importantly, they got High Life
Argus?
and High Life Light.
Awesome spot.
844-770-3776, the High Life Dive Bar of the Week. So we are at Madison Axe, and we are enjoying ourselves here. Matt, I'm going to ask 2 questions for you. Matt Hamilton, Jim Rutledge with you. Chrissy Birdsall back at the Everlight Solar Studio. You can watch us on YouTube, Primetime Willershine with us as well. You can continue to chime in about cutting your own kindling, and if the line for the Packers versus Seahawks at -2.5 is too high, too low, or just right. 844-770-3776. You can chime in on those things. But, Matt, before we get the break here, did you know today is our holiday party at ESPN Madison?
I'm going to go yes.
It's fine if you didn't, because I didn't realize either.
Really?
I did hear somebody say something about holiday party, but
I guess that's
it
my
didn't
fault.
Register.
My fault for telling you guys we're on remote, but I didn't tell you why. I suppose.
So I found out late last week because we had 2 remotes, right? Because we were at Ruth's. Was it this week we were at Ruth's?
We were at
last week. We were at Tanner's this week.
Yes.
Tanner's this week. So I
saw
a lead from Ruth. So we
found
were
out
at
at Tanner's.
We were at Tanner's this week, and when I was planning out the week, they're like, "You're on remote." What was it? Tuesday and Thursday, and so I was like, "Oh, great!" And so then I found out we were here, and then I looked at my calendar, and it says on your calendar it's a holiday party.
I looked at my calendar too and saw it.
So,
yeah.
So my question is, Matt,
yeah,
how early is too early for you and I to leave this holiday party after the show? Because the holiday party runs 4 to 6, so we're already been here for half of it.
It technically just started. Actually, it started at 5 and runs till 7.
The thing said 4 to 8.
I'll probably go till 7. Man.
Jim's like, this.
You're going to 7?
It's just 1 hour after our show. I want to throw
you.
some axes. I'll probably have a Coors Light.
Yeah, I think I got about 15 minutes.
After the show ends?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. You got kids, you got stuff to do. Ain't nobody got time to throw axes or make kindling because you got kids.
I didn't plan for it.
It's fine.
And with all due respect, it's not worth getting in trouble for.
100%. I'm totally with you. Like I understand. I don't have true.
Well, because next week I have, and I think you might be going to both of these with me. I have 2 holiday parties to go to next week. They're going to make me late, very late. So that's kind of jamming it up too.
What's the second one for our listeners? So they know.
Go find them. It's going to have the axe people.
Yeah, Matt, we'll just do our planning now. Our friends at Revive Restoration are throwing a holiday party, and you can see that right off the belt line. Apparently, it's amazing space, so we're excited to see Duggan over there. But another great friend of ours, Steve Wheeler, retiring. I got the invite. I'm sure you did too, but I put you down as my +1. So you are good to go with me.
Appreciate that, Jim.
If you want to swing over to that. Mainly because I was like, there's no way in hell Matt Hamilton is going to show up there. And they were cool, but they're like, you guys should RSVP. So I was like, I'm going to RSVP just to put us on the list. So I think after our show on Thursday, I'm shooting out to where that is at. That's not open to the public, so I will leave that location undisclosed.
Sounds like fun, though.
Should be, right?
Yeah.
We love those folks. So
yeah, they're a good time, and they definitely supply Madison with Coors, so they're my best friends.
And they support the show, and we want to support them. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlake Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
What is up, Madison? I'm Hunter Vaughn. Your Sports Center update is brought to you by the 608 Basketball Tournament, December 13th and 14th at Madison College. The premier boys basketball showcase in Madison, featuring the best teams from around the state and Division I recruits. Purchase discounted pre-sale tickets now at 608basketball.com. The 9-4 Green Bay Packers are getting ready for a Sunday night battle at 8-5 Seattle Seahawks. The bad news for the Packers, the Green Bay is looking to win their first game at Seattle since 2008. The good news, though, is that safety Javon Bullard was the only Packer player not to practice today, according to ESPN's Rob Demovsky. Also for the Packers, they're 2.5-point favorites, according to ESPN Bet. You can stay up to date on all things green and gold over at ESPNWisconsin.com. On to volleyball. The Wisconsin Badgers are in the Sweet 16, and they are in action this Friday in Lincoln, as UW will take on Texas A&M, who the Badgers swept earlier in the year. Coverage starts at 5:30. First serve at 6 p.m.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other. Jim's an onion. You got to peel back the layers to get to the good part.
He's not just a basic Bears fan.
And no one in Madison wants to hear from the Bears fan that Jim is. He's really annoying. So it's like, hey, you should be lucky to be to have a good quarterback. Look at what my team has. Nobody cares what your team has. They only care about Jordan Love. And the reality is, Jim happens to be right on his assessment of Jordan Love, but it's annoying because of the angle in which he's coming from.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are live from Madison X. He is.
It's
Matt
excellent.
Never mind. Primetime will shine with me, Chrissy Birdsall, behind the glass at the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Get into the show, 844-770-3776. We have a couple questions out there. One, do you cut your own kindling when you go camping? You can chime in on that one. That's our most interacted with question here.
Yeah.
It's the most important question we're asking.
If you don't, you can send your man card into the studio.
42% said that they cut it. They buy the kindling, and 58% said they cut it themselves.
Oh, that's close to what you predicted for the closer than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be like 80-20 to buy it.
Well, we'll have to see how that settles out. 844-770-3776. Can you say not make your own? Like not make you cut it.
You're making it.
And then the other question we have is the Packers are currently 2.5-point favorites versus the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football.
So if I said I made my own flour because I put it in a mill, you'd be like, you're not making it, you're milling it.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right, Samantha.
You're cutting your wood.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right. You're not wrong.
Matt, you're forgetting the most important part. Jim is always correct when it comes to camping, glamping, or anything related to the outdoors.
These are, but the vocabulary here is correct.
Yes, no,
I think
you're
both
right.
are correct.
One is passable and one is correct.
You're making kindling.
You're making me annoyed is what you're doing right now.
One is correct if you show your work on the exam.
Yeah.
You have to show your work, but you can still get it right.
844-770-3776. Packers are currently 2.5-point favorites versus Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. Is the line too high, too low, or just right? And right now, 49% of you say just right. 29% of you say too low, and 23% of you say too high. I think Vegas knows what it's doing. Now, do I think the Packers are going to, and this is where it gets dicey, but I look at these two different ways, that if you are going to set a line, you're setting a line that is going to incentivize people to bet, and you're going to do all these things. So, that's why I think the 2.5 is right. Do I think the Packers are going to win by more than a field goal or more than 2.5? Yeah. Because if they don't, honestly, this is a weird way to say it. If the game's close, I think it might go to Seattle. But I think it'll be like a 10-point victory for the Seahawks. For the Packers. But, that's a lot of games, but you still pick the line to be closer to that 3 to 5 points.
Yeah.
Like when you're trying to set the line.
I mean, Vegas is Vegas for a reason.
Right, because you're asking. So we're almost asking two different questions. Do I think the Packers are going to win by more than 2.5? Yes. But do I think the line, because then you're talking about the respect for both these teams.
Okay, so I guess if you're placing a bet, you're going to take the Packers minus 2.5.
Yes,
okay.
But if I'm setting, but we asked the question about setting the line. I think the line, when you're talking about respect for the Seahawks, for me, the line is. I think the line is fair.
I think it's also taking into account the chances that I would say there's a 30 to 40% chance the Packers lose this game. Maybe even a little more than that, considering it's in Seattle. But Matt, even as the green and gold homer, you yourself could definitely see the outcome where the Packers lose this one. There's definitely a realistic possibility.
Yeah, I don't know about 40% chance they lose. I think it's
Because it's in Seattle, I say that.
Right.
Because
and
that
coming
is
off of Detroit.
that too.
Like, I think to
It's
me.
true, but a little extra rest because of that
That helps a
Thursday
lot.
game doesn't hurt.
Right.
12 days, right?
Right. But
yes, it'd be 10 days.
we had Wildy back, and you can listen back. Wisconsin on the Man, Apple, Spotify, and those great places. We had Wildy on Monday. And again, we are at Madison X. You can see Matt Hamilton twirl his hair on YouTube. If you watch it on the ESPN Madison YouTube
These
page.
glorious
At
locks.
ESPN Madison, at Jim Matt Molly is how you get into the show. Rutledge is an idiot guy. Jim Rutledge is not able to start his own campfire, so he doesn't use kindling. Okay, sure. And then
He's been holding on to that one for a
Yeah.
while.
Got him.
Yeah.
it cut deep like an X.
Yeah.
Cut deep.
Now you know what
like an
kindling
X.
feels like.
I do. But anyways, Tauscher, and he talked a little bit about it with yesterday, that the idea of emptying your bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the only way the Packers are going to lose this game, outside of like something fluky, is that this theory that they emptied their bucket. Like you give so much of your heart and soul and physicality. It's not that you're wore out. It's just you put so much into that Detroit game that it's human nature at times. Sometimes it's not even a letdown. It's just it's hard to get all the way back up because that was the pinnacle and you didn't reach it. And then like where is you can't give that every game and like where's the effort line for it? Then it's out in Seattle. It's I guess kind of a funky time. I guess night probably helps the Packers. I don't know. As far as like the Sunday Night Football game that like
It makes travel slightly easier, but they get out there enough days ahead of time. I don't think it makes a huge difference.
right. But then there's the weather, there's the travel, there's the
12th man.
the time difference, the 12th man, and then the empty buck. But I'm not saying the Packers are going to lose, but to me, if they do, those are going to be the biggest contributing factors. Is the off the field stuff before the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that that's wrong. It's not. But for me, it's the Packers do what they kind of have been doing with a lot of teams this season is just letting, in my opinion, lesser teams hang around. Now,
Seattle's definitely a lesser team. I don't
right,
disagree
and
with
I
you on
don't think that they're gonna like be able to like run away with it. But I think they can keep them at like a 2-score arm's length most of the game. It's can they start quick because that's the problem they had against Detroit. They weren't able to get anything really going in the first half.
Yep.
And it seems to be the problem when we're playing other competitive teams is that we don't quite have the right game plan for that opening quarter, even the first half. I want to see these Packers come out like flying because I think once they get that lead, you can take the crowd out of it. Like that, I think, is the recipe to win. Is just try to eliminate the crowd as fast as possible.
True, but it's not just the opening. I mean, they went out and scored a touchdown against the Bears. I was at the game. I'm like, oh man, the Bears are cooked. Then the Packers didn't do anything after that. So it's really about continuing that momentum as well.
100%.
Because then there's this other side of it that we can talk about. I know we got Wooly's game coming up, and we have Throwing Stones, but John Anderson was on ESPN Milwaukee, and I hear this a lot. You know, the Bears have there's something going on with that team. There's maybe lack of leadership there, and so neither side of the balls are performing consistently, and I think that's a sign of leadership. The Packers have one side of the ball that has not reached expectations. That's the defense. It's not bad, but it's not what we thought it was going to be. And this is consistent.
It's more entertaining, but it's still the same.
But it's consistent now. And I'm not saying that getting rid of Joe Barry didn't solve anything. That's not the case. But I think there is something else with this defense of why do they never, at this point, under multiple coordinators, reach the potential that we think they have? Either the players aren't as good enough, or he asked the question, like, who is that unquestioned leader on the team? You think of hockey. Hockey's got one captain.
Right.
And then that's the guy. I think ideally for an NFL team, you have at a minimum, you don't want to have too many, but and I'm not talking lead by example. I think every team on each, whether special teams, defense and offense,
leader?
one vocal leader.
Is that Xavier on the Packers?
I think he's a lead by example guy. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I do remember, wasn't Wildy saying like him and Jacobs really embrace this like leadership role?
But
even though like being new guys to the team, it's tough to like jump into that because you're not sure if everyone's going to be accepting of a new guy.
And I'm going off what John Anderson brought up, but I I get the vibe that they're still both more lead by example guys, and there's nothing wrong with that.
They're not heart and soul guys.
Right.
I think the real issue is Goody just drafting people on potential instead of drafting NFL-ready players.
Or this goes back to like
Rashawn Gary had potential, like Lucas Van Ness potential. He never even started in Iowa.
You don't have to be the best player to be a true leader, though. The other part of it is the two guys you named who could be possible leaders. What are they? They are vets and they were free agents. So more the idea of either keep some guys around and actually pay someone, not like sometimes there's an intangible value, Matt, you're big on this, of having someone that, Micah Hyde could have been an example of, hey, we'll just pay someone maybe sometimes for past performance if we think their future performance is going to be close enough to what they did because of what they mean to the locker room. Or bringing someone in and saying, whether it's a Charles Woodson or Julius Peppers, or they've done it like, let's bring a guy, and they brought it with McKinney, but like, hey, maybe we need to bring a guy in who's maybe he's our second, he's in the two deep. He's not our main guy, but he's known as a badass, and he's going to set the tone. I'm going to share this story that I heard, and I'm sorry it's about the Bears, but I follow Bears content. Kyle Long was sharing the story about Akeem Hicks.
Okay.
Akeem Hicks came in. Kyle Long was saying that when they got there, he said he hadn't sweat in practice for the 3 years prior.
He came from the Patriots, right?
Yes, Akeem Hicks came from the Patriots.
He hasn't Montez Sweat.
Actually, no, the Saints. It was Patriots to the Saints to the
go.
Bears. So Kyle Long was sharing he hadn't sweat. He got there. He said it just timed up that when Akeem Hicks got there, Kyle Long started getting hurt and not playing as well. And he said, I was doing things in practice that wasn't me. I was taking out my frustrations on teammates. I was doing crappy things. One day, Akeem pulled me aside and said, I know our defensive players look up to you because you're still that dude, and you doing these things hurts the entire team. And Kyle Long said that adjusted my entire outlook on things. And that's a vocal leader coming out and pulling people in. I use that as an example. Akeem Hicks was a free agent brought in, a veteran. And I think the Packers, and this is just trying to guess because the names and the pedigree is there for the defense. I don't think Halfley's a bad defensive coordinator, so when it's playing inconsistent, you're grasping at straws of like, why are they not to the level we think they are? Could be the talent, but it could be maybe you need once in a while a vet that's a rotational D lineman or a rotational player that still can hold everyone accountable in that locker room.
Yeah, I mean,
for consistency, because at times they look elite.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that kind of like unspoken, like kind of undervalued or hard to put a value on leadership, that X factor is, first of all, it's not easy to come by. Like some people are born with it and some aren't. You can be the most athletic freak on the football field, the best player on the field by far, but if you don't have that ability to rally the troops, like you can't be that guy.
Don't we know who that guy is, though? I think we do. It's the guy who this defense mirrors, personality-wise and play-wise. It's the one guy who can't stay on the field, and when he's on the field, he's incredibly inconsistent, but his highs are incredibly high. Jair. Think about it. When he's on the field, he is the most vocal, animated guy.
I don't know if he's...
I think he leads the defensive huddle. He's the one who's getting guys hyped going into games.
Well, that's why only playing 7 games a year up to this point is hurting us.
And that's probably why it affects it. And I think that's a big issue. And that's a big part of his absence, too, outside of his play.
That could
be it. That's a great point.
And a good leader would be on the sideline, which he is anyway. It's not like he's gone.
He is, but
I think still be a leader out there.
Yeah, but he's a guy who probably has to be on the field interacting with guys to be that leader. Like, he is the heart and soul, rah-rah, like, vibes guy. Whereas if he's on the sideline, like, that's different, I think, for a guy like him. But I think he is the best example I can think of.
That's something he's going to have to overcome. If he's going to spend 5+ games on the sideline all year, you need to figure out what you bring to the team on the field that's not your play and how to apply it when you're on the bench.
Yeah.
It's just, and it could be him. It's just one of those things I brought up that the youngest team is really great, but having a few vets just mixed in, even if it's just for depth.
The Mercedes Lewis of the defense.
Yes, to be those guys who just provide a little bit of professionalism. Not that these young guys aren't trying to be professional. Matt, you curl, you've been around it. You don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And everyone's got roles on a team. You've talked about how you lead on your team and how everyone else leads on that team, and it all fits together. That are you guys the 4 or 5 best individual curlers in the world? I don't know.
Probably
but you guys
not.
are the best curling team in the United States year in and year out.
Mhm.
As a team, it all fits. And so, like, that is why I'm just curious what's going on with the Packers. AC and Tosa, great points, Jim. Thanks, AC. Let me tell you about Canopy Wealth Management. They are
not about the
fiduciary.
kindling, just about what you feel about the Packers and leadership.
All around. It's a
He's a
blanket.
great leader.
It's a blanket. Good points. Canopy Wealth Management, they're a fiduciary. That means they're going to care about and only do things that are in your best interest. They're not going to chase gimmicks or anything else that's going to be good for them. They're going to do what's right for you. They've done that for me. Go to canopy-wealth.com today. Again, that's canopy-wealth.com to see if they can help you. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
Over 45 years ago, my father, James Tegeter, founded our company on a cornerstone of quality, integrity, and service as the best way of connecting with clients. As I reflect on 2024, I'm grateful for the James Imaging Systems team. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to always connecting with clients and helping them thrive. To each long-term client, I extend my gratitude and thanks for your confidence and support. We look forward to remaining connected to you as your local business technology partner. I also appreciate our new 2024 clients for connecting with us. Welcome to the James Imaging Systems family. Looking forward to 2025, I believe if each of us embraces the power of connection, our local community will prosper. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes and High Life Lights. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like Argus Bar and Grill, Paoli Pub, The Nitty Gritty in Madison, and Scotty Bar.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Clock's ticking, but there's still plenty of time to save on great Christmas gifts at Fleet Farm. 'Tis the season for ice fishing, and we're knocking 10% off select rods, reels, tip-ups, lures, huts, you name it. Visit Toyland and save up to 40% on a bunch of toys for the kids. So come on in and wrap up your shopping today at Fleet Farm, home of the best gift prices, guaranteed.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh, well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Pizza Hut's wings are the best thing to happen to pizza night since, well, pizza. Introducing Pizza Hut's new Big Boneless Wing Bundle. For only $15.99, enjoy 16 crispy boneless wings in 2 different flavors, 2 dipping sauces, and a double order of fries. The wings are sauced and tossed to perfection and available in 9 flavors like honey barbecue, garlic parmesan, and sweet chili. It's the perfect bundle for game days, girls' nights, family night, or any tailgate party. Order now on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com.
Madison athletes seeking elite training need to get started today at Total Athlete Performance. TAP is here to serve and educate the serious athlete with their speed, agility, and semi-private training options. Sessions are now available in both Windsor and their TAP facility inside the Verona Athletic Center. Also access remote training anytime, anywhere with the Total Athlete Performance app. Visit tapwisconsin.com for subscriptions, including monthly payment options. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye, country roads, take me home.
All right, I want to get to the origins of why that is a bump back song in a second here from Chrissy Birdsall.
Because it's a banger?
It is, but I feel like there might have been a strategy behind it. You don't read the text messages, so
I don't.
I'll get to that in a minute. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. Primetime Lorsheim with us as well. We're live at Madison Axe. The axe throwing here has begun. I'll tell you this place is on and popping. Like, there have been multiple parties coming through here throwing axes.
Yeah.
We are having our holiday party here throwing axes. We'll be enjoying some Coors Light. And you can cater in. So Buck and Honey's brought some food by us. So
yeah.
That's good
perfect
as well.
for a corporate event.
What's that?
I was talking to the manager here, and he was telling corporate events, massive. They do it all the time. Maybe 50% of the clientele.
Yeah.
Pretty cool setup. This is a great place to have a holiday party, birthday party, bachelorette party, bachelor party. The whole gambit of parties.
What about a joint bachelorette party? What are your thoughts on those?
Oh,
boo! I agreed.
Big. I'll ick that yum.
Interesting.
Chrissy, why did you pick Country Roads, West Virginia, Take Me Home? Why'd you pick that as the bump back song?
I'll be honest, partially because Ryan told me to do it, but also because of your in-depth conversation about kindling.
Yeah.
Well, because in the text chain,
what's your thought on
Ryan
kindling?
thought that we'll get to Chrissy in a second. Ryan thought that I asked her to play a camping song coming back, and she didn't know any. So I didn't know if that was her attempt at it or if that was Ryan's attempt at a camping song. It was whatever song you want to listen to around campfire.
It was good teamwork by Chrissy and I.
So is that like any movie can be a Christmas movie if you're watching it at Christmas time?
You don't think that they're like whatever you want to put on for that fire vibe is the camping song?
So if I'm playing like
what do you want?
A bump back song, like that's not bump back song, but our theme song.
Why?
You got to chill.
Why not?
That's camping song.
If it's what you listen to when you camp.
No, I love that.
I'm very.
I wasn't sure if there was like
I'm
a
very
strict
judgmental,
list.
but for me, like that's not on my camping list. But like if that's what you want to listen to while like you're hanging around the campfire, camping's a vibe.
Open-minded of you.
Camping's a vibe.
This is the most open-minded Jim Rutledge.
Right. Otherwise, people like Camptown Ladies sing that song.
Dude, that's the next song. That's what we're coming back with next, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chrissy, please share your camping expertise.
Turn your mic on.
My camping expertise?
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried setting a tent once at the beach with some of my friends, and we broke the tent. That's about as much camping as. I'm from, like, the suburbs, like city.
So are you buying kindling as well, then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you catch me in the woods, that means something is terribly wrong.
Fair enough.
That should be like a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Especially if you can't, like something's wrong.
Chrissy is from New Jersey, so that would be a great New Jersey state motto. If you catch me in the woods, something horrible has happened.
We've all seen The Sopranos. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Get into the show, 844-770-3776. Are we playing Wooly's game then?
We are going to play Wooly's game. Chrissy, go ahead and start that open.
Hi. I am looking for Molly. I've been searching everywhere and I can't seem to find Molly.
This is Molly's Game, hosted by America's favorite bookie, Molly Brown.
And guys, since we quite literally can no longer find Molly Brown because she's not on the show for the next 3 months, well, depending on whether she shows up more than Matt Hamilton does, it'll be Wooly's game for the next few months. Oh, we might get a Big Voice to update that for us. But guys, we know how Molly's game works. I throw out some games, some interesting lines that I see from around the sports world, and you guys pick a side. So, it is Thursday. We got some Thursday night football going on. It's an interesting one in the NFC West. Rams, 7-6, are at the San Francisco 49ers, 6-7. And since the 49ers are the home team, 3-point favorites in this one, guys. Who you got, Rams or 49ers -3?
I'm going to go Rams +3. That just seems like the Rams are playing well. They absolutely lit it up last week. That offense, when they have both those receivers, Nakua and Kupp, is dangerous. And Kerwin Williams has been playing well, I think. I'm going Rams there.
And where's that game again? I'm sorry.
San Francisco.
In San Fran.
Man, it's hard. And
so it's a pick 'em on a neutral field.
Yes, but the 49ers kicked the snot out of the Bears. Now, it very could have been the Bears are just a bad team, but they took the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions to the end. And maybe firing a coach was not the bounce they needed. Like, that's what I'm struggling with, because the 49ers either beat the snot out of a team that's just cooked, but, the last games before that they did not look cooked, or the 49ers are back a little bit. They got Brock Purdy, and they looked good offensively. I'm still going to go with the Rams because, one, I think the Bears, unfortunately, we talked about it with the Packers, I think they're lacking some leadership in their effort week in and week out isn't always there.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the 49ers, Isaac Guerrero is at the very least not fully healthy. His status is up in the air, so then they're down to like running back 7. And I feel like at some point that'll matter, no matter even if this offense is very run-friendly. So I'm going to go with the Rams.
All right, and since we have been talking about the Packers-Seahawks game today, that is Sunday Night Football this week. I'm not going to ask you who's going to win because we already shared our thoughts on the line, but we know the Packers' defense doesn't seem to have many leaders, especially in their pass rush, one of the weakest units in the league. But Geno Smith, also one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league, 40 sacks in 13 games, third most sacked QB behind C.J. Stroud at 41. Caleb Williams leading that group with 56 sacks in 13 games, by the way.
Trying to avoid Derek Carr's record.
Yes, it's getting close. Though I will say, Deshaun Watson got sacked 33 times in the 7 games that he played this year. Wholly horrendous.
Yes.
But
especially since he's a vet.
Exactly. But the Packers pass rush also horrendous. So Geno's getting sacked about 3.5 times per game this year. Over under 3.5 sacks for the Packers this Sunday against the Seahawks. Jim, start with you.
Under, I think 3 could be the number, so I'm going to go under.
Matt?
I'm going to take the over. I think the Packers are going to have a little bit of a defensive coming out party.
Okay, well, if there's ever a time. And speaking of parties.
First time for everything.
First time for everything that there is, especially in Seattle. All right, Badgers volleyball guys are taking on the 6 seed Texas A&M Aggies tomorrow night in the round of 16 in the NCAA tournament. Should the Badgers win, they'll play the winner of number 1 seed Nebraska versus Dayton. Nebraska hosting this regional in the tournament. Guys, do the Badgers win over under 1.5 games this weekend? Matt?
So the only game this weekend, though, is Badgers versus Texas A&M.
First they play Texas A&M, and then they would play the winner of Nebraska and Dayton should they beat Texas A&M.
So they could have, in theory, 6 wins, winning 3-2 both games.
I'm not talking matches. I'm just talking literally how many games, not matches within the game. Not sets.
Oh, so I was going to say, that seems low.
I would sure hope they win more than 1.5 sets.
Man. Nebraska beat us twice this year. I don't want to bet it. I can't bet against the Badgers. I'm going to say over, 2.
Jim?
I'll just be happy if they go over. So I'll go under, but I'm going to – I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hedge. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I bet with my heart, not against it.
I'll say this.
Protect it.
If they get over 1.5 wins this weekend, they're winning the national championship. That is for sure. Nebraska, the best team in the country. Badgers lost to them twice this year, though they did sweep Texas A&M earlier in the year. So
I feel good about beating Texas A&M.
Yeah. It's the other game. It's going to be a tough one. All right, guys, and then on Saturday, we got in-season tournament semifinal, guys. The game everyone's been waiting for. The Milwaukee Bucks.
I love tournaments.
Taking on the Atlanta Hawks at 3 p.m. You can hear that one on 100.5 ESPN. Bucks, 3.5-point favorites in the game, guys. Are the Bucks covering that line?
First of all, I hope they win this thing.
I'm honestly excited about it. I'll tell you more about it off air.
Okay. I would just say that I want them to win this thing. It's actually a win-win because if they lose and they don't go win the title, whatever. But if they go and win it, I think it's a little bit of a boost.
Yeah.
To the team, a little confidence, especially for this specific
a little extra walking
Bucks
cash
team.
for everybody.
Yeah.
Again, I don't get any joy if they win money or don't, but like I'm happy.
Jim's pocket watching.
But I always want players to get paid. I'm just like that's not for me. It's more of like, hey, this team could
Well, I think that contributes to the boost.
It does. That's fair. So you know what? I'll bet this one has lower stakes. So I'm going to take the Bucks on that one.
All right, and Matt?
Smashing that Bucks line.
All right, both of you guys taking -3.5. Well, you guys have been very chalky this week. The only differentiator for you is how many times Geno Smith gets sacked on Sunday. So it's going to come down to that.
Well, he bet opposite of me on the volleyball.
That's true. He did. All right. Well,
So you
Jim's
can
a
write
hater.
that in properly.
Well, now I got it now. Jim's a hater.
Jim's protecting his heart.
No, I said I will happily lose that.
Yeah.
He will happily lose. All right. Well, good.
You even
Molly's
called
game,
him out
guys.
for hedging.
I did. That's true. Hey, look, he's a Bears fan. He's had to learn how to hedge.
All right.
Ryan, that's all right.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my awesome watch from Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton. You can treat yourself. Matt Hamilton's got his gold chain from Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton. If you're looking to treat yourself or treat important people in your life, go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison or in Middleton. Custom jewelry. What would you call it? What's your Cuban chain? Is that what it is?
Cuban, yeah.
Yep. And then otherwise, ball watch is what I'm wearing. Otherwise, engagement rings, wedding bands, all that over at Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit condonjeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Get even more savings this holiday season by becoming a Milo's Rewards member. Don't miss new member deals dropping every week, like $15 off a purchase of $50 or more on select Bounty, Charmin, and Puffs paper products. Plus, get free standard shipping with Silver Key status. Just one more way Lowe's is here to help you shop, save, and enjoy the holidays. Join for free today. Milo's Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change. Exclusions and more terms apply. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right, now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every U. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semra with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Truman Mankowski, Madison La Follette, a Lancer. What does it mean to you to be a Lancer?
It means take pride in what you're doing. Always looking to better yourself, better your team, better others, and just serve back.
What do you like about football? What attracted you to the sport? Yeah, you're a big guy. It kind of fits, right?
It was the aggressiveness, and it was also one of the sports my brother did, and I was just really passionate about it.
Your brother, Jackson, and 3 years older, but you got to play with him.
I did.
What kind of lessons did he teach you? I think you said something about him pushing you.
Oh, yeah. It was just do your best at all times, and if you don't do your best, because he's the only person that knew if I was actually trying my absolute best.
Get ready for a festive season at the Bruce Company in Middleton. Jim Rutledge here, the Bruce Company Garden Center, has packed their calendar with fun events for your whole family. Kickstart your holiday season with exciting events like a visit with Icelandic horses and snowy owls, and of course, their reindeer fly-in and holiday open house. Mr. and Mrs. Claus will even be landing for a visit at the Bruce Company. So join in the fun this holiday season. Learn more about their upcoming events at brucecompany.com.
Celebrate the return of the high school basketball season on ESPN Madison with the 608 Basketball Tournament. Featuring the best boys basketball teams and recruits from the Madison area and around the state, the 608 Tournament returns Friday, December 13th and Saturday, December 14th at Madison College. Come experience the best showcase of high school basketball in the Madison area. Purchase tickets today at 608basketball.com. That's 608basketball.com. The 608 Basketball Tournament, December 13th and 14th at Madison College.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Good camping song.
You could sit around a campfire and swag back and forth.
We could, actually. That's fair.
Prime time Wallersheim. He's yucking people's playlist yum.
I know. It's no good.
I'm the one who put it on the playlist.
Well, you yuck your own yum.
Fair.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, don't do that too much.
Not in public.
You'll go blind.
You'll go
He's
blind.
Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. Chrissy Birdsall behind the glass at the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. We are live at Madison Axe for the ESPN Madison holiday party. Matt Hamilton says he's going to stay to the end.
Yeah.
I will not, but everyone have
I'm a good teammate.
You are. There's nothing against Madison Axe. I just
I'm the
said I'd be home at my normal time.
teammate that we really need here.
Yes,
pumping
absolutely.
people up when they're throwing axes.
There you go. And we're going to throw some stones in a minute, but why don't you pump up our good friends at Metcalf's Market?
Oh, I'm telling you guys, go sign up for Metcalf's Rewards right now. It's free to sign up. I'm just scrolling through right now, looking at some of the rewards that they offer online and in store. There's, for the deli, 68 different coupons. For the specialty cheeses, 57. For the liquor section, 443 different deals, ways to save you money. Metcalf's Market is all about providing local stuff for you guys as well as some of these specialty items, but they're all about saving you money. So sign up for Metcalf's Rewards. It's free to sign up and save a bunch of money at Metcalf's and bring local home at Wauwatosa, Westtown Mall, and in Hilldale. Check out Metcalf's Market.
Absolutely. Again, we have a couple questions out there that we'll get back to a little bit later, but we need to throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out.
I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
Are we throwing axes? Oh, yeah, guys, we're not throwing stones. We're throwing axes here today at Madison Axe. So, and I want to throw out a awful axe at the Ohio State Legislature.
I thought you were going towards Gophers.
Not the Gophers. Well, I mean, always. I mean, they do have the axe still. But anyways, don't need to bring that up. But speaking of rivalries, an Ohio State lawmaker, Representative Josh Williams, introduced the OHIO Sportsmanship Act Tuesday. This is an act that would make it a felony offense to plant a flag in the center of Ohio Stadium, the horseshoe where the Buckeyes play and where they lost to their arch rival Michigan this year, and then led to the ensuing kerfuffle on the field that, you know, you might have your bear mace while you're camping. Well, they definitely had the pepper spray at the Buckeye Stadium for that game because...
Nice. Well, that's how you get rid of Wolverines.
That's how you get rid of Wolverines. Exactly. Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Jim has just been rolling his eyes at me all day.
As he should. And, guys, my eyes are rolling out of my head at this proposed law because they can't handle a little bit of rivalry smack talk, another team planting their flag on your field after you lose to them in a major rivalry game. Guys, Ohio State Representative Josh Williams, you know, AITAH, am I the bleep hole? Guys, what's the answer here?
So it's here's the thing. It's soft. It's super soft. There's nothing you can do to, like, you shouldn't be able to stop the other team that just beat you from planting their flag at your stadium. Now, do I think that that's also a bit of an a-hole move? Yes. Like, pretend like you've won before. Pretend like you've been there.
But that's the common thing.
No, I get it. And I'm not saying that the kids that are doing it are wrong, but I still think it's pretty... I think that's
poor sportsmanship.
I think it's a little bit of a disrespectful move, but this is like, if you can't handle some people going a little over the top in their win, then you are way too soft for the situation.
So I'm with you on that. I just
play a game where you shake the other team's hand when you're done and you walk off the ice. No one's sitting there like going over to your set of stones and planting their team flag. It's just like
and with all due respect, the testosterone that is flowing
there's
after
more respect in curling than football games. Yes,
there you go. Curling is a gentleman's game.
It is.
Football is a gladiator sport.
That's true, and I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's why you can't make a rule like this. Do I like that they do it? Not really, but I also don't think you should penalize them for doing it.
I love that they do it. What's different? Look, the axe is aggressive, and I like that they have the axe come out and chop down the goalpost.
I just think that's more disrespectful to, like, the stadium. You're not really bashing the other team.
So do you get mad? Like, were you mad at the were you pro Terrell Owens? I forgot.
He was putting the football on the
He
star.
did the popcorn.
And then the football. Did Terrell knock someone off of it, or did he get knocked off of it?
He got knocked off.
He got knocked off of it. So I thought that was I like that because, again, it's like you're going after the franchise or the school doing that. You're not going against, like, at your opponents. Like, sure,
yeah, but
they have a feeling behind it.
But, like, for the Gophers, or in this case, Ohio State, Michigan, it is the school.
Yeah,
that
but
you
I'm saying,
are
like, the
after.
Horseshoe is, like, that's an iconic venue.
Right, but you won on the road. You plant your flag because you won.
I mean, I guess so, but like Minnesota, they do the fake chop down of the.
Right.
I think that's fine. They're not taking a
I
Gopher
think
flag
it's
to the W in Camp Randall.
I think it's the same difference because here's the thing: it's not like the flag is hurting anything.
I would be more offended by the Gophers planting their flag on the W than them pretending to chop the thing.
Then I want that to be the tradition. I want you to be mad and have to be embarrassed at the end of a rivalry game like that. And it's also because you're not ruining. You're not ruining anything. You're not destroying it.
And I'm not saying it's totally wrong. I just don't love it.
I like it. The only weird part is more if it's not a tradition, and trying to make it one is harder because then it can get to these fights. But look, we all can agree. The first losers on this was Ohio State for having lost, and then Ohio State again for getting, like, just let them stick the flag on the ground. You lost. Go home. I forgot. A lot of players pointed out, like, hey, if you wanted to be a tough guy, you had 4 quarters to do that.
Right.
Like, if you wanted
Swallow
to kick
your pride on it.
Yeah,
and
you had 4 quarters to kick
beat
their. You had 4 quarters to kick their butt.
Yeah.
And then when you win again, you can decide if you want to continue the tradition or you can be the bigger person and go home. But you don't get to decide that day.
Here's the other problem, too. Like, say they do pass this law, and it is, like, a real thing that they would fine players or
felony
or block them up. If you win at the Big House, you know someone from the Ohio State team is going to plant a flag there, and it's like, if you've got a law at your stadium and then they don't, like, it's no good.
But
so
then
it's a terrible look for Ohio State.
Yeah, the biggest loser out of this, unfortunately, is the idea that whoever this GOP lawmaker is who created this, I remember the headline there, that's what the headline was, who created this law, that's the biggest loser because now he makes Ohio State look soft.
He does.
If you're from the state of Ohio and you're in this guy's district, you have to vote him out, right?
Yeah, I think you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
I mean, we're all into identity politics now. Your identity is the football team. He just embarrassed your football team.
He did.
They should recall him immediately.
I agree. That was.
I mean, that's humiliating.
Both sides of the aisle come together to say, not him.
That's like your mom calling up, like, Matt got beaten curling and they didn't shake his hand.
Yeah.
We should make it a felony
to not shake the opponent's hand.
If you don't shake the opponent's hand, you get a felony.
It's such Karen energy.
It is.
Big Karen energy.
Huge.
And I don't know. This goes across the board for politicians or just people in this situation. Do you have nobody in your life that gives you common sense?
Oh, right.
Like, you might get mad. Someone's like, hey, what are we doing here? We're going to make Ohio State look like a bunch of pansies. Like, we're not doing it.
Is there any time a politician stepped into, like, the sports realm and actually come out on the other side, like, looking good about themselves? It never happens.
Only when they throw out first pitch.
Yeah, George Bush throwing out the first pitch after 9/11.
I wouldn't even say every first pitch, but that one specifically, yes.
Yeah. And that's just because he laced the ball in there too.
And more importantly, the moment.
And the moment, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
they made a 30 for 30 about it.
And because he's got a cannon.
Yes.
Low key.
I mean,
low
does his
key.
family still
Good
own
pitch in the league.
Yeah.
Does his family still own the
Rangers?
Rangers?
Yeah.
Or okay, I don't know if they still own it.
I believe
or if
they
sold
do.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. I
They're
believe
a baseball family.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah. All right. I think that's an easy throwing stone.
So what did you say? Do you think it's good?
Oh, what's good? The law?
No, you're pro planting the flag. So if
I'm not
every team that came in and beat the Badgers planted it on the W, you would just be like, well, that's just what happens.
No, because I think if you do it in the wrong circumstances, then that team makes themselves look stupid, and then they'll get embarrassed themselves. You don't need to charge them with a felony for it. Michigan beating Ohio State in the way that they did, given that they were 20-point underdogs and they're their biggest rival, and that changes the course of your season for Michigan. They should have planted the flag. It's one of the most emotional rivalries there is, and it's what makes college football great, is that rivalries like that really mean something.
I'm not going to argue with the college football guru, but
hey,
I don't know if I love it.
I think it's across sports we could do this. Plant flags. More flags.
Planting flags.
Yeah.
All right.
Planting your flag around, chopping your own kindling.
You should bring around a little American flag. Start planting it in the ice when you win. See what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Could you imagine? I would absolutely love it. Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. You can be one of those winners. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
The president of James Imaging Systems, Tom Tegeter.
Over 45 years ago, my father, James Tegeter, founded our company on a cornerstone of quality, integrity, and service as the best way of connecting with clients. As I reflect on 2024, I'm grateful for the James Imaging Systems team. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to always connecting with clients and helping them thrive. To each long-term client, I extend my gratitude and thanks for your confidence and support. We look forward to remaining connected to you as your local business technology partner. I also appreciate our new 2024 clients for connecting with us. Welcome to the James Imaging Systems family. Looking forward to 2025, I believe if each of us embraces the power of connection, our local community will prosper. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and God bless America.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Unwrap exceptional offers during the Season of Audi sales event. Get financing as low as 1.9% APR on select new 2024 Audi models. Save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus and an additional $1,500 with the Season of Audi customer credit. Offer subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. See dealer for details. Offer ends January 2nd. You'll find an excellent selection of new and certified pre-owned Audis at Audi Madison. Check out AudiMadison.com or stop in and test drive at Audi Madison today. Off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Kringle, all I want for Christmas is you.
Dad!
What?
We talked about this. Yeah, your jingle for your Kringle entry last year was so lame that Racine Danish Kringle banned you from their contest.
I thought it was only a one holiday season ban.
It was a lifetime ban.
Well, I guess I'm out, but here's how you can enter our ESPN Wisconsin Racine Danish Kringle Jingle for Your Kringle contest on Wilde and Tausch. Submit your own original jingle to ESPNWisconsinContest.com. Then we'll pick the most creative songs, and our grand prize winner will get Kringle for a year. Make sure you include Racine Danish Kringle. It's not just a treat, it's a tradition in your jingle. If you don't want to sing, but you still want to celebrate the holidays with Racine Danish Kringle, call 800-4DANISH or visit Kringle.com and order their all-new Eggnog Holiday Kringle.
Racine Danish Kringle, such a tasty, yummy treat with a flaky crust and sweet icing. It's the best thing you can eat.
Oh, like that's so much better than mine.
Well, at least we're not off key.
This is our crew.
Fly ball right field. Hit a ton. We're tied.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is coming to ESPN Madison.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Every pitch, every dramatic moment, every
Fly ball left field. Back. Still back. It is up and gone.
Madison's new home of the Milwaukee Brewers. 100.5 ESPN. Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky.
What do you got, Jim?
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Ryan, did you hear what Matt said before we came back?
I did not. You guys were whispering over there with your horns.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there is a horn here, a Viking drinking horn at Madison X. He's Matt Hamilton. I'm Jim Rutledge. Chrissy Birdsall back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime Wollersheim with me as well. So you can come here to Madison X and chuck some axes at wood.
Yep.
Or you can get a horn and chug a horn full of Coors Light. It's available for purchase for $20. Special occasions, $15. Drink like a Viking and celebrate a legend. So they have these horns here, and it started because smartly, not hard liquor.
Not
around
allowed around axe throwing.
Yeah,
Makes
so that's-
sense.
Yeah.
Tracks.
Sometimes insurance folks or business insurance folks are like, ixnay on the hard liquor for the axe throwing. Smart. But people still like to do shots, especially around the birthday. Everyone loves a good birthday celebration. This is a pretty great one.
Yeah.
You come in here, you fill this up, you chug it.
You got to
in front
deal
of
with
them.
the bubble.
You got to deal with the bubble. You chug it in front of them. They have it on video, and then I'm sure their Facebook page and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
People can see you try to chug a Coors Light out of a Viking drinking horn.
Pretty good. The bubble at the bottom is going to be tricky because there's going to be a vacuum that builds up, and then all of a sudden.
Now, Matt, we have 60 seconds
rushing.
left. Are you going to say what you said that we chuckled into on break?
Come here, throw axes at wood, and get horny.
There you go.
I'm glad the employees at Madison Axe approved of that, so we didn't.
Exactly.
Misrepresent their business.
They can't tell you how excited you get when you throw an axe at a target board.
What's
okay?
that? Nothing they haven't heard
so
before.
Matt Hamilton, you're not even original.
Oh.
And thank God Chrissy's back at the Everlight Solar Studio. I feel like we're less in trouble for that.
Yeah.
If we're doing it, yes.
Thank you, Chrissy.
She's not on site for it. Maybe she's coming to our holiday party. The place is open. You can come by and say hi.
Yeah.
I won't be here.
I'll
but
be
Matt
here
will
till the end.
Yes. This has been Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light.
See ya.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest